We will be painting in acrylic a rowing boat that has been safely moored in a corner of a marina. Mix up a very dark mix of dioxazine purple and raw umber for the background. This mix will result in an earthy color. Block in the background and carefully go around the edges so as to leave the other objects nice and clean. Use a flat synthetic brush to do this. With yellow, paint in the lighter patches where the sunlight catches the ground. With a flat synthetic brush, flick in some of the grasses on the left that catches the sunlight, and add a few more towards the water's edge. Don't try to detail them all. With the blue-grey color, paint in the area on the slipway that is catching the sun, and a few touch-ups with the same color on the left-hand side for some rocks. With a light green mix, and still using the flat brush, flick in the long grasses at the side of the platform. Don't make them too even and regimented. Then flick in some very light yellow-green light for the sunlight on the grasses. Paint in the slipway rails and the front side of the trolley at the top edge of the painting. With an orange-grey mix, paint the top of the platform. Keep the strokes in line with the planking. Paint the grey sides and edge of the planking with a dark color. And mix a light color with yellow ochre and white, and paint in the posts and beam ends in the sunlight. And then carefully add the shadows to create depth. With some light blue and some darker stripes, paint the impression of planking. With dark orange, paint the gunnels of the boat. Paint the blue tarpaulin and scallop the edges. Paint in the reflections that add to the shape of the cover. With a blue-grey color, paint the shadow of the boat. Add the shadows caused by the clinker planks, and also note the grading of the shadows. With a lighter blue-grey, paint the sunlight side. Be careful not to completely cover the pencil lines for the clinker planks. Paint the bow and complete the plank shadows, very lightly on the left side. Now dot in the holes on the cover and paint the chords. Add the white dots for the lugs. With a lighter color of the dark ground color, begin to block in the water. Don't go into the areas that reflect the sky. Add the darker shading. With a light blue, paint in the area reflecting the sky, and with horizontal strokes, imitate the ripples on the water. Lightly add the reflection of the boat. Paint the reflection of the planking. Don't be too accurate. Remember, the water is moving. Roughly add in some of the grass reflections. There are lots of ripples on the water. Using the cutting edge of the flat brush, add lots of short horizontal flicks, and using a variety of colors, paint the water surface. Any vertical lines will reflect in a zigzag fashion. Carefully add in all the tiny nuances to the water and boat to make the scene look more realistic. With some very light blue, paint some splashing at the water's edge. This is a lovely visual separator. Stroke in some light ripples on the surface of the water as well. The painting needs some life, so let's add a small gull onto the post for a secondary focus to balance the white of the boat. Lastly, add the mooring ropes to finish off this pleasant painting. Please like this video if you have enjoyed it, and we would also love you to subscribe to our channel.